In this video, we are going to learn how to use subqueries in MySQL. Now, subqueries is a completely new concept for us, completely new word basically. So let's first understand what this term subqueries is all about. Subqueries are the combination of more than one queries. So up till now, whatever queries that we have seen so far is a single line queries, means we pass a query and we get the output. But you must have noticed that up till now, whatever queries that we have passed was a combination of only a single query. That query got executed and we get the output. But subqueries is a little more advanced. Okay, it is a combination of more than one query. That means there are couple of queries which get executed, and depending on the output of one query, other query gets executed. So that means output of one query results in the output of another query. So generally we make use of subqueries whenever we need data from more than one table. Now up till now we haven't seen such a query, right? Because we were only fetching data from a single table. But in this video, we will be fetching data from two tables. So in such a situation, there are two ways we can go for. First is by using subqueries and second is by using joins. So even we have a concept called joins. I will just write here. So what this join concept does is we can apply join on two tables. So firstly, we are joining the two tables and we are getting the data, whatever data that we want from the two tables, and that's it. But in this video, we will be learning about subqueries. Now, very first step when we want to fetch data from more than one table, in such a situation, we need to connect the two tables. Okay, connecting the two tables is very important. Then only you can use subqueries. Okay, so let's learn all these things practically. I will just go to PHP MyAdmin. Okay, so I'm in my PHP MyAdmin and I'm in the database called programming. Okay, so now there are no tables that are currently present inside this database, but we will be creating two tables and we will be fetching data out of it. So I'll just go to my SQL tab, and here let's create the two tables. Okay, so first I will just say create table. Then let's keep the table name as student student details. I would just keep it as student details, and it will have three columns. Okay, it will have three columns. The first will be roll number, which will be integer. Then we will have name of the student, which is varchar. Let's keep it varchar. Let's give the max limit as 50, and then let's take another column called surname. Okay, surname, which is also varchar, and let's give the limit as 50. Now what I will do here is, the first step is you have to make a field as a primary key. Now we already know the concept of primary key. Primary key uniquely identifies each and every row in a table. Okay, so we have to keep a column as primary key, and we can only keep that column as primary key which will have a unique value. Now I'm choosing roll number as my primary key. That is because roll number of each and every student will be different, right? We all know two students cannot have same roll number will be different for each and every one. So if I keep roll number as primary key, I can uniquely identify each and every row in my table. Okay, so this is the first step, because first we need to keep a field as primary key. Okay, so this is one table that I'm creating. Now I will just execute it. Let's execute it. Okay, so the table has been created here. Okay, see here we can see student details, and same way we will create one more table, because in this video we are going to learn how to fetch data from more than one table. In such a situation, subqueries comes into the picture, and it is a really important concept. So let's create one more table, and I would give the name it as student underscore more underscore details, means more details about a student. I'm just keeping some random names. Okay, you can keep different names if you want. And here I would say roll number, which will be int. Then let's keep the second column as age. I will just keep age. And then let's keep gender, let's keep varchar 10. Okay, so now this is second table in which we have three columns. First is roll number, second it is age, and third is gender. Now many of you might be thinking that we created the same field, means the same column in the previous table, then why to create the same field in this table as well? Now I will show you one thing. Here I will just say comma foreign key. Okay, now we are using the concept of foreign key. Roll number, references, student details, roll number. Okay, so basically what I have done is the column which is in this table, this roll number, is acting as a foreign key. Now as I said that whenever we want to use subqueries, the very first step is we need to connect the two tables. And this is the way to connect the two tables using the concept of foreign key. So column should be same one column should be same in both the tables, then only we can join, right? See, it is a quite straightforward approach. Is if there is nothing same between the two tables, we cannot join them. But if I have one same column in both the tables, then I can join the two tables using that column. So your roll number is the same column in both these tables. And in my previous table, the roll number was a primary key, and here I'm just making it as a foreign key. So that means I'm connecting. So this is the way to connect. So I have just said foreign key, then I have passed here the roll number, this roll number. It is referencing the student tables, the previous table in which there is the same field, that is roll number. There it is primary key, and here I have kept it as a foreign key. Even you can keep this as a primary key as well. It's up to you, but I'm not making it primary key for now. Just uh, foreign key is enough. Okay, so this is the way using foreign key you can connect the two tables. Okay, so this is how the syntax looks like. First, two keywords foreign key, then you need to pass the column name of this table. Okay, table. Then we use the keyword references, then the table name uh, to which we want to connect. So in this case, we want to connect to student details table, and there we have this common column called roll number. Okay, so now the two tables are connected. So I will just say go. Okay, so both the tables have been created, and now what I will do is I will insert one row of data, because if we want to fetch, there should be some data, right? Without any data we cannot fetch anything from a table. So firstly I will just insert some one row of data inside this table, student details. So I'll just say insert into table name is student details. The column names are, first we have roll number, second column was name, and third column is surname. So I will just say values. I'll just add one row of data for now. Just keep it simple. Let's keep the roll number as 10. Name, let's give it Vatsal. I'm just giving any random name. and let's give the surname as Mehta. Okay, some name I have given. Okay, so this is the row one value that, so this is the one, this is one row of data that I'm inserting. So I'll just say go. Okay, and now what I will do, I will insert one row of data in this table as well, student underscore more underscore details. Okay, so I'll just go here and I'll say insert into the table name is student underscore more underscore details, and even here we have three columns. First is roll number, second is age, and third is gender. I'll just say values, and let's say we will keep the same roll number so that both the tables can be connected. Second is age, let's give the age as 20, and let's give the gender as male since Vatsal is a male. Okay, so I'll just say go. Okay, so both the rows have been successfully inserted, and I will just show you the values as well so that everything gets clear. Okay, so inside the table student underscore details, we have this value 10, Vatsal and Mehta. And inside this table, student underscore more underscore details, we have a value 10, which is a foreign key. Okay, it is connected to, means both the tables will be connected using this column. Then we have age and gender. Okay, so everything seems perfect. So I will just fire a query to fetch out the data. Now let's learn how to fetch it. Okay, now we are going to use subqueries. Okay, so first I will just say what I want to fetch is first I will just write the complete query, then I will tell you. I will just say select star from student details where roll number is equal to select roll number from student underscore more underscore details, and here let's keep it as a comma. Okay, I'll just give out a semicolon here. Okay, so this is how the subqueries looks like. See, here I have a different query and here I have a different query. Now the query inside this bracket is known as inner query. This is known as inner query and this is known as the outer query. So inner query gets executed first, and depending on its output, the outer query gets executed. Okay, so first inner query gets executed and then outer query gets executed. So first let's look at the inner query. I'm saying select roll number from student underscore more underscore details. I will just say where gender is equal to male. Okay, so we have only one row of data where gender is equal to male, so we are just selecting that roll number from there. And here the outer query says select star, means select everything from both the tables where roll number is equal to this. Means first we are, through this query we are just finding out the roll number and that is what we are passing. So that's why I have made use of equal to operator. So in this case it will return as 10 because we know the roll number that we have given is 10. So I'm just saying here select roll number from this table where gender is male. So the output will be 10, and this query then will execute. Select start from student details, student underscore more underscore details, where roll number is equal to 10. Okay, so we will just run this query. Let's see whether we get the output. Okay, so we are getting some error. So I'll just look at it. Column roll number in where clause is ambiguous. Okay, let's see. Okay, so as you all can see, I got the output. Now I will tell you how I resolved that query, but just for now, I just fetched the name, surname, age and gender. So name is Vatsal, surname is Mehta, age is 20 and gender is male. So I will just tell you how I solved it. The error said that the column name is ambiguous. Ambiguous means there are two column names in two different tables who have the same name with the same name. So we know that roll number was the same column name in both the tables with the same name. So what I did here, instead of directly saying where roll number is equal to, I just said student underscore details dot roll number. So now MySQL clearly knows I'm talking about the roll number which is present inside this table. Okay, so this is the way you can do table name dot column name. So that's what I did, and instead of, I'll just say here student details dot roll number, like this, and I'll just execute it and see we got the output. So whenever you have same name, same column name in two different tables, make sure you can use this approach. You can use table name dot column name to access that column, and that's what I did here. So this is the query I'm showing you once again. Okay. So this is the whole concept about subqueries. We use subqueries whenever we want to fetch data from more than one table. Okay, so this is the inner query, and depending on the output of the inner query, the outer query gets executed. So this is my output outer query, and the inner query uh, returned me 10. Okay, so that I use that 10 in order to run the outer query. Okay, so this is about the concept of subqueries in MySQL, and there can be multiple queries. Here I have only two queries, that is one outer query and one inner query. But we can have as many inner queries as I want, but that would become more complex for now. But just the conclusion is people do use that. Okay, there are many organizations and many people do use that. Okay, and in the next video, we will learn how to use subqueries using PHP. Thank you.